everybody. I'm Julie Stamps, and I am here to invite you to participate in Last Chapter Press's Sweet Winter Romance Contest for 2023. Thank you for signing up, and if you haven't, there will be a link where you can access a Google Doc and give us your information so that we can email you on a weekly basis with some information on how you can write a sweet romance. Let's get started about talking about what we're looking for. So Last Chapter Press in this contest is looking for a short story that is of the length of 45,000 to 60,000 words. We would like it to be contemporary, sweet romance with a winter setting. And what that winter setting means is anything from holiday, Christmas, mountains, snow, all of those warm and snuggly feelings that you get with the season. And we want a lot of teasing tension. So we also are looking for an emotional depth. We want to give the readers more of the why and less of the what. Let me describe that just a little bit. So more of why does a character feel the way they do? More of why does a character act the way they do? Is it something from their past? Did they experience something similar and it has affected them? And we want less of what they're doing or what might happen. Although internal questions are a great addition of like, maybe I shouldn't do this, maybe I should do this, so that the reader knows that there's that conflict building inside of them, internal conflict. So what can't a sweet romance have? Death on screen is one thing we do not want to see. So death of someone prior to the story, like a grandmother who passes away and leaves her granddaughter this beautiful bed and breakfast, that's fine. We don't want to see killing of animals, of course. No sex, but that doesn't mean no heat. A couple of kisses, some light touches, eye contact from across the room, make us swoon. We want to feel as the reader. If you find the story is leaning towards spicier scenes or your characters have gone a little wild, then our Steamy contest could be for you. And you're welcome to email me at julie@lastchapterpress.com to find out how to get into that one. Other things that can't have, French kissing, of course, descriptive intimate scenes, and no closed door action. So again, that just means no sex. They can't even go into the bedroom and then close the door and then you just leave the reader to make up in their own imagination what happened behind that door. We don't want that. Storyline basics of things we're looking for, small town. So think of those Hallmark movies and how you feel from what feelings you get from them. We want it clean and wholesome, which also means sweet, but we don't particularly want inspirational necessarily. The faith can be a character trait, definitely. So if they love to go to church, if they love to do their Bible study, that is perfectly fine, but that should not be an integral part of the story. We would like gripping storylines like love after death, taking chances on a new life. We also like moving and not knowing anyone. So there's that tension of being alone and facing the unknown. And we'll talk about tropes like these coming up in lessons, in emails and videos. So tropes, just to be clear, are like things that we're familiar with as a reader. So tropes can be professions, which are like cowboys. They can be feelings like abandonment, and they can be actions or certain circumstances. Sorry about that. So like fish out of water, which is a girl moves to, or a guy moves to the city coming from the country. So that is fish out of water, and that is a trope. All right, so next, contest rules and details. So only one submission per author, and that is not per pen name. So if you have multiple sweet pen names, we only want one submission per author, so per your legal name. Contemporary and sweet See below for details. We're going to talk about that later. And brand new stories only. So no previously published or previously written materials, please. Make it fresh and contemporary. So stories must be, like I said, 45,000 to 60,000 words, which is novel length for us. Nothing shorter, nothing longer. However, if you have something that falls outside of that range, we'd love to see it for a normal submission. The submission date is July 15th of 2023 this year, but you can submit when your story is done to submissions@lastchapterpress.com. We also want to state that we do not accept AI generated, created, or inspired stories, and there is no fee to enter. So what's coming up? I'm going to be bringing you emails and videos. And I just want to state that I am a book coach, and I am an author, a romance author. I have written both steamy, sweet, and many subgenres inside of those. So our emails and videos will include meeting sweet romance reader expectations. What makes a sweet romance? What are some sweet romance tropes? Story concepts, getting the details right from the beginning is so important. Characters and setting in a sweet romance, goals, motivations, and conflicts. What is this? It's often referred to as GMC, and I don't mean the vehicle. So I will also be teaching you circles and repetition moments. This is something that I have developed over the years, and it's my own way of making a romance special. So we're going to teach you how to use this effectively. We also want to teach you how to use dialogue. We all love witty banter, right? I mean, I love witty banter, so that's what I write in my stories. And we also want some heart-filled swoon to these sweet stories. So we're going to give you some plotting help and some outlines with examples and lots of hints and tips. So where do I go from here? And where do I go from there? Say when we're all finished, you have your story written. You'll be writing and you'll be submitting. And I'll be right there with you. I will be holding weekly gatherings on Zoom where you can come and ask questions and get feedback. Weekly assignments will take about 30 to 60 minutes and no more. I know you're busy. I'm going to help you. So, welcome to the Sweet Winter Romance Contest for Last Chapter Press. I'm Julie Stamps. You can find me at julie@lastchapterpress.com, and you can find Last Chapter Press at lastchapterpress.com. If you have any questions, I am here for you, and I cannot wait to get started. Thank you.